I'm very conscious of this stuff all the time, all of the time, no matter what position I'm in. And like, I remember when I made a lot of money last year, and I remember when I bought my car, in 2023, and I remember driving here just a few months ago. Every time I've like gotten gas or groceries at like Whole Foods, I'm not someone that checks the price for those things because I didn't need to. So like, I'm filling up my gas tank, and in my head, I'm like, damn, I'm so happy that I'm not in a position where I have to like keep clicking the gas and like making sure at $20 I'm taking it out. Or like when I would leave like Whole Foods or the grocery store or something with like all the nicer quality products that I really like and not even really caring what they cost. Like, I'm very consciously always like, thank God, like, thank you God that I'm able to do this. And like, I'm so familiar with that feeling because it's always in the forefront of my brain that I'm trying to return back to that. Because right now I have that feeling of like, where I'm literally like negotiating if I should eat something healthy because it costs a little bit more when I'm trying to make money, and in my head it's bad for the money if I get the thing that's healthy, where in my higher brain I'm like, you shouldn't neglect yourself with something healthy because you're that afraid that you're not going to get this back. Like, that's stupid. And I'm aware of that. So I'm trying to stay conscious in my thought processes, because prior to the times that I have made a lot of money before, it's always been 0 to 100, where like I'm usually in a pretty rough spot before it happens. Like, never have I been stable and then just gotten a little bit more. It's always been me going from this to this. And I'm like, dude, you've done this when you lived at home and you were super depressed, when you were miserable, when you had more mental health issues, when you were with your abusive ex-boyfriend, when you didn't have a car, when you didn't know how to drive, when you couldn't afford anything, when you couldn't leave the house. Like, if I did it then, you would think it would be so much easier now. And it is easier, like, because I have that, I can conceive the experience in my mind. Like, I can make myself feel the feeling of like, holy shit, it's actually working out. The problem is actually getting solved. I'm actually getting what I need. And that's like where I'm trying to hang out right now. Because all of it is very real and all of it's like not real at all at the same time. And you need to find the balance between that. But so much of it is like your mindset. And I think too, when people, that's why I always tell people, like, if you're trying to be a wealthy person, you have to act like a wealthy person. And there are people that like are literally daddy's money. Like, they don't have anything for themselves. And obviously the fear isn't there because they have like a safety net. But like, I try to give myself that same feeling of like, even if my card is maxed, like, I'm going to be fine and it's going to come back. Like, as opposed to, I feel like I used to think sitting down and writing down, I'm going to be a millionaire a million times. In my head, I'm like, people tell you that's what you're supposed to do when you want to manifest, but then you look at the way the world works and you're like, wait a second, people that actually have money and are wealthy, like, they didn't sit and write shit down a million times. They did something. They changed the way they thought, or they changed the way they approached something, or they changed their vibe, and it ended up working out. Thank you. I'm glad you like the reading on laundry. I'm excited to see what goes on for her. But with that being said, like right now, I'm super uncomfortable at home in my living situation. And all I do is like, when I'm there, is feel how uncomfortable I am and feel that I'm unhappy and I don't want to be there and the vibe is bad and there's not enough space. And so I've been trying to like do things I never do during the week. I'm at Taylor's house right now. Yesterday I went and worked at Starbucks. Like, I never do that stuff. And I'm trying to create that pattern interrupt to communicate outward that like, I'm ready for something new. I'm done doing the same thing. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is insanity. So I'm trying to like shift my own energy, like shock my own system so that it prepares for this new whooshing beginning to come in. And that's the uncomfortable part, is I'm in the part now, the transitional part, where I feel like I'm physically still dealing with the unsatisfying circumstances and being like, I don't see what I'm wanting or needing to be seeing yet tangibly, but knowing like the way that I'm approaching this is moving the blocks around to create that path for it to even come through to begin with. Does that make sense? Like, that's kind of how I'm thinking about it and trying to maintain some positivity around that at least. But, yeah, I feel like a lot of it starts in the mind, and your brain can be your own worst enemy when it comes to that stuff. So we'll see. Obviously there's like some internal stress happening, but it's not helpful. Stressing about things doesn't make them come faster. It doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't help you reach some genius solution. Like, stress and anxiety are the most unnecessary energy suckers and like blockages that get in the way. So I literally try to like, when you're physically anxious, people tell you to open up, to like literally open your body, to release your tension in your muscles, and like, or if you're trying to present to a room, you want to open your body and like stand confidently. So I can feel myself lately getting more tense and getting more like this, and I'm trying to be like, okay, sit the way you fucking sit when you had your $100,000 overnight. Like, it literally was like this. Once you experience something like that, you're like, I don't even, like, you don't care in the world. So I'm trying to like get back into that energy, because right now, like, if someone purchased the New Year's package right now in this moment, and I saw that I just got a $27.50 order, immediately the dial in my body would turn and be like, maybe there's some hope. Maybe things are going in a direction. Maybe this is going to work. Maybe this is actually happening. And that's just a feeling. So if I know how that feels, I can access that feeling now. That way it's not this like crazy unrealistic thing when it actually occurs.